Hi.
Hi. Welcome to Two Tangled Skeins. This is episode 63. Yeah, we're back in full force. April 26, 2014. I'm Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7. Okay, shenanigans away.
But you invited me.
We're back.
I'm Kari, also known as Jaded Knitter.
Are you?
Oh, shut up.
Where can you find it? Can you find
Yes.
it? That's your job, because
Since I distracted her now.
Now that I am thoroughly... website, twotangledskeins.com, and on Ravelry on our group, also by the same name.
Yes.
Twitter, etc.,
Etc., etc., etc.
YouTube, so on and so forth.
Yep. All the usual places.
Meh, you know where we are.
Pretty much.
Foes? Just go right into it.
Kari has lots.
Well, let me go first because I've got one.
Sure.
And it's here.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering this morning. I was like,
Sorry.
oh my god, I don't have any in
Sorry
them.
about the hair, but my husband has worn them and they're little, obviously he has bigger feet. So,
Fuzzy.
they're a little fuzzy. There's a little dog hair. These are my basic rib socks by Kate Aderly, but the heel is out of the Socks on a Plane. It's short row heel. I always use that heel. And this is Penguin Soup yarn in the Gullum colorway on 2.75, which is a US 2. So, they're pretty. He wore them. He loves them. He's knit-worthy.
And I hate to break it to you, dear, but they're big doggies. Not little.
Oh, yes, they're big doggies.
I have a little doggy.
So,
She does not.
that's the FO for me. Now we'll just turn it over to the Kari show.
Yep.
I'm like, I haven't knit in a month. I don't have it. Yeah, I also haven't been on the show in 3 months, 2 months, something like that.
Yeah.
Sweater, which I think I had partially done.
Yes, you did.
And then had to rip it out. And had
Yes.
partially done again, and had to rip it out. Well, partially out.
So it took 3 takes.
It took 3 takes. This is the sweater. It's tentatively named Home and Native Land. But
Beautiful.
I haven't decided on a name for it yet.
By
That's the
Kari.
back. By me. And it will actually have a zipper. I just haven't actually gotten to anywhere that sells zippers. It is out of, thank you, Naturally Mainlander, which is the brown stuff on it, which is a New Zealand wool and discontinued. So,
Sorry. Is that the stuff you got from Sarah?
yes.
Okay.
And then the orange is Rowan tweed. Felted tweed, actually.
Yes. Very nice.
Which she agonized over, I swear, no word of a lie, for an hour.
It wasn't
Over
an
which
hour.
exact shade of orange you did.
It wasn't an hour. It was maybe
Pretty much was.
half an hour. I wanted a shade of orange that went well with
Authentically
this
looked like leaves.
and looked like maple leaves.
Yep.
Which we bought it unraveled in
Merrickville.
Merrickville.
Yep.
What's
I
this?
like it.
Needles was that knit on?
This is 3.5 millimeter. And I think I did the cuffs on 3.25s.
Okay.
But,
Which is a 4 and a 5?
yes.
Yeah.
No. 3 and a 4.
3 and 4, yes.
Very nice.
Yeah.
She was wearing it when she got here, and then she got too hot, and I said, no, you can't show a faux if you're not wearing it.
Yeah. Yes, I can. And then just to show how long it's been since I've done a show, this is Villante.
It's
which is
huge.
oh yeah, it's not small.
It's gigantic.
By Martina Bem, and this was my Ravelinix project.
Holy crap, it's huge.
Oh yeah.
It's a blanket.
Oh yeah, it is.
And that's doubled.
Yeah, that's doubled. It's
Yeah, because it's got it actually wraps completely around the neck.
Oh. That's how that works.
yeah, that's how it.
Oh, nice.
There you go, now you're wearing a faux.
There. But I really like it. It's 6 balls of yarn, I think. I literally just took the pattern and did the entire thing in the yarn because I wanted it in roughly rainbow colors.
It's rainbowy.
It's rainbowy. And then the only kind of addition I did was I added a row of eyelets between each ball just to kind of define them. And where is it, this side? I actually have a row. I put the yarn overs as opposed to make ones.
Okay, cool.
That's really the only difference I did on this one. I have 2 of them on the go, which confused Sue because I'm like, this is finished! But it's not finished on my project page because I have one out of a green.
Green, I thought it was the green one.
Yeah, I have one out of green wool mice.
Wool mice.
The lace garn. And I love it. It's just currently in a drawer because I wanted to do this one for the Rebel Linux, which I did actually knit in under 2 weeks.
Yep. That's knit on
days.
3.5 millimeters, US 4.
Yes. And it is out of
Shawmeyer? Something like that.
Tahiti, which when I put it in wasn't actually in Rav, but it was a fairly new yarn, or a new line of yarn. And I got it at one of our local stores at
Wabi Sabi?
no, one on Bank.
Yarn Forward.
Yes.
Yarn Forward.
Ah,
Tahiti. It's a magical place.
Yes. For those of you who watch S.H.I.E.L.D.
Sorry, I couldn't help that. I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's awesome.
And Tahiti's not real. No. Next.
Well, thanks for the spoiler.
Tahiti is too. What the fuck?
Thanks for the
Oh,
spoiler.
he says it all the time.
Well, yeah, but not only once you get to like episode 12 or so.
Oh, well. Sorry, people. Tahiti's
Apparently, spoiler alert should be in here. Last I checked, it was a country in the Caribbean.
It exists in real life,
Not on the show.
but you know, never mind.
It's a long story. Hey, quit rubbing that on me.
This
It's
is not alpaca.
Oh, okay, it's the blue one?
It's the blue one.
Okay, I don't know. She said don't touch this, pointing over there to this vague general direction.
No, this is out of Bittersweet.
Oh, okay, I can
That's
touch
more
that.
Tisha, yes.
Ew, it's got beads in it. Sorry.
And it's sparkly.
I really don't like beads.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's full of beads. Actually,
Beans or beads?
Full of beans.
ow, beads hurt.
Did it call for beads?
Beads hurt.
Beans hurt, yes.
Beans, the magical fruit.
No tooting.
No worries. This is Morticia. I wanted a shawl to wear to a friend's wedding, and this was what I came up with. And it is sparkly. So the yarn itself is Bittersweet Woolery in the colors Twilight, and it actually has silver flecks in it. Like it's strung with silver, and then it's beaded, which you're not going to be able to see on here, but they're really small.
Well, if you move it around, they can see the sparklies, which are the beads.
Well, some of it's beads, some of it's the fact that the yarn's sparkly.
Yes.
And they're supposed to be, well, the way I was doing it, there were supposed to be hanging beads at the end of these, but I have yet to be able to find my sewing needles, which I need to actually sew on.
Oh,
Say something in French.
Why?
Quoi?
Tish, you spoke French. No, I'm not kissing you.
But yeah, I really like this pattern. It's as not easy as it looks. It actually is quite easy to do once you get used to the pattern. And so, yeah.
Mindless knitting for you.
Yeah. Except for the fact that, you know, every so often I have to add beads, which wasn't actually all that bad. So there isn't...
You bead in your sleep.
Pretty much. There aren't beads every row until you get to the very last chart. And even then, it's only part of the chart that has a fair amount of beads. Cool. And you don't have to add them at all.
Okay.
And then I did another shawl for... Hi, Crystal. For Crystal as a gift, but obviously I don't have it because her wedding was a month ago, and yeah. Being given, and apparently being out of the country to Mexico.
And it was the Rock Island?
The Rock Island, yes.
Speaking of Crystal, Can we just take a moment to explain exactly how insane Crystal is?
4 shawls, 2 months.
For her
Woman
bridesmaids.
knit a shawl for each one of her bridesmaids. Finished the last one, or finished blocking the last one the day of her wedding. 4 shawls, 2 months. Crystal, you're nuts.
And you see, I look at this and go, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Because,
See, your month
If
of
I-
not knitting, she channeled it.
yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, if I hadn't completely messed up Rock Island, I would have actually had it done in 3 days. So, this is what happens when Kari has nothing to do. And then bad things happen when Kari doesn't knit for a month, but we're not getting into that.
And as soon as I saw the shawls that Crystal made, I'm like, must have that pattern, except it's €3, so I'm going to have to wait till after Maryland.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
€3 is about $6-7.
I have to look up this pattern now.
Yes, it's very pretty.
So yeah, that's all that I've got finished at the moment that I have with me.
Lynn has an FO.
Lynn has a foe. Whee!
Oh!
It's a baby blanket.
Yes, it is a baby blanket made out of random squares. And basically just crocheted around each... I can't...
She
crocheted around each square in the same color and then just joined them together with single crochet on the back, which is why there are these nice chains between
Okay.
all the squares, and then just did a 1 row around the whole thing. I was going to do a second one, but it's misbehaving, so too bad. Finished. Bow!
As done as it's going to be.
Yep.
Yes. That's my only bow.
Okay.
What's on the needles, Sue?
What am I knitting right now? I am knitting Hermione's Everyday Socks.
You've done that pattern a couple of times now.
Once before with
With that yarn, well, with that
Bittersweet.
Oh.
the orange.
Yeah, it's the Hermione's Everyday Socks. You can see the patterning. There, that's a lot better. It's a really easy pattern to memorize, so brain fart. I'm looking right at the notes going, "Ugh." Knit on, where am I? Here, down here, 2.5 millimeters.
I say you're after all the Kari
US
stuff.
1.5. It's the Bittersweet Woolery yarn in their Guilty Pleasures base in the Grassy Gnome colorway.
Yes.
So,
Which we brought back from Rhinebeck for Sue because she didn't get to come.
yeah. So that's one thing on the needles. The second thing I mentioned last week is the Soroyan shawl.
You're beeping.
No, actually that wasn't me. The beeps are all
Oh,
up.
Sue's beeping?
Sue's beeping.
Nope, I'm not beeping. It's on vibrate. I have the shawl here. Just give me a second. And front page might help. Not organized. Bad podcaster.
At least you brought a picture.
That's it there. And it is by Liz Abinanti. And it's knit on 4 millimeters, which is US 6 out of Art by Anna Dreamin' DK in this beautiful brown. It's got these leaves. You can see them. It's hard to hold. Sorry. Thank you.
It's curling!
It's got these leaves. Only problem is I have 3 leaves left to go and I ran out of yarn. So I'm sending a snippet of the yarn to Anna, who is now in Halifax. She used to be local to us, Art by Anna, and she's going to try and match it for me.
Hi, Art. Hi, Anna.
Yeah. It,
We loves you!
didn't realize her husband's name was Art. But yeah, so that's...
Neither did I until we met her last year. Where were we? Carlton Place?
Yeah.
One of the Wool Festival thing.
Okay. So that's what I have on the news. That's it.
Okay. Apparently it's back to Kari.
To carry.
Yeah. This is Sue and Lynn. This is part of mine. Because not everything's on there, because I didn't know if I had permission to show this or not. Because this is actually a test knit slash...
Ooh, wow, that's pretty.
Sample. Oh yeah, I love this pattern. For Golden Apple on Ravelry, also known as Danielle. Danielle!
Is she local?
No, she's down in the States. And it is out of Crave Yarn. And I've forgotten the color. Oh, wait a minute. No, that was why I wanted to get on my tablet, but I can do it from my phone.
Yeah, it was your tablet that booped. It wasn't your phone.
Yeah, but this sounds off, so I have no idea. It's out of Crave Yarn, and Filigree is the the type of yarn. And it's a merino silk. It's merino and mulberry silk. It's so soft.
Very soft.
I am going to have to acquire more of this. Because I am unfortunately going to have to send it
I've never
back.
even heard of that yarn.
I've heard of her because I've seen her around Ravelry, but I've never actually gotten my hands on any of it before. And my hands are going to get on more of it.
I was going to say, you could be lucky to get her hands off of this one.
Yeah, but I promise I will be sending this back to you.
Poking helps.
Poking does not help.
Yes, it does.
Luckily, Danielle is not close enough to poke me, unlike other people.
I'm willing to work by proxy.
This is Van Gogh on the Terrace is the name of the colorway, and it's this really lovely gold color. And then the other one is Deep Sea Serene, which is green blue.
That's my color.
Oh yeah, I saw this and went, oh.
Yeah.
But I'm loving working with this yarn because I like tightly spun yarns, and it's just tight enough that it doesn't split, doesn't have any issues, but not so tight that it's not going to become nice and poofy and light when it blocks. It will bloom well. And then pattern is really hard to see apparently.
No, I can see it.
Okay. It is actually a slight lace pattern. It's a take on the oh shoot, what's the name of it? I want to say bustier, but that's the wrong word entirely.
Okay.
I have no idea where that one's coming
Corset?
from. No. It's a stitch pattern.
Oh.
And it's one of those really
Brioche.
Brioche, thank you. It's good to have people who can actually read my mind when I can't read it myself. It's a variation on the brioche pattern, but
It's okay, we speak Kari.
I love the way she's done it because it's super simple, but it turns out really, really well, and it actually looks really good from the back too.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
And it is actually a lace pattern, which is neat. Unfortunately, my thing is not long enough to show the whole thing, but I will have pictures up online afterwards.
Yeah, because you have a picture, but you had to rip it up, it
Yeah.
out since then. Twice.
Twice. 3 times.
The
We're up to
edging.
the edging. I had to rip it off 3 times. I will say this much. Lifelines are your friend. Unfortunately, I have this aversion to them.
She didn't use one.
No. I should have. And you can see the start of the edging there. There'll be a couple of more ribs of the gold mixed with these for the edge. And this is getting done today, come hell or high water. And yes, I know I'm tempting the yarn gods again, because the knitting gods have already smited me over this thing a couple of times, hence the 3 rip outs.
Not knitting gods use sock blockers for their smiting? Give me a sock blocker. I want to smite.
Oh,
No.
I'm like, what?
There will be no smiting of the Kari on the show.
Boo hiss.
You can smite me later.
Promises, promises.
And we're back. We paused because Kari stabbed herself quite badly with her needles. Her needle.
This is why you don't slam
Sharp.
things around with signatures in them.
Big puncture wound, blood, now she has gauze and polysporin, so.
And her
They
pants are
probably
rolled up.
don't need to know that.
Yeah, they do.
Sure they do.
Yeah, yeah, they do.
Klutz. Big klutz.
So where were we?
Remind me to switch my passport. Because
Yeah, you didn't do it last night when you were at Jesse's.
When you didn't put your meds in your...
No.
Okay, anyways.
It's going to be quite a job to make sure Kari doesn't forget anything before we leave for Maryland.
One year
'cause
she
every time we go somewhere, she forgets something.
1 year she forgot clothes.
Yep, her entire bag, and then
And
blamed me.
And then this year, last October...
When we went to Rhinebeck, she forgot her medication.
Meds. So, I'll be making sure she has both.
Which means she kind of didn't sleep all weekend. And slept the whole way home.
Yep.
So.
And this year I
Will not be forgetting anything, will you?
no. Especially to switch out the passports, because I have a really old one that my mother found that I have to get shredded. and my new one, which is the one that I can actually get into the States with. We need to make sure that
All I know is you
Anyway.
can't have mine.
Ow.
Hey, I saw that.
Oh, what?
It's a family show.
Okay.
Anyway, back to knitting.
So,
And since I'm going to have to splice this, all of that's going.
Oh, don't make me poke you, woman.
Oh. Knitting. Pattern release is the 1st of May. 1st of April? 1st of May, because we're in April.
Say, we're already past the 1st of April.
This is what happens when Kari is sick for a month.
What day of the week is it?
I haven't got a freaking clue.
Saturday.
Sure.
It's mental Kari poking.
I had to pull it up again because my brain farted. And
To be honest, I'm kind of surprised she didn't stab me with the signatures.
pattern. Because I am really happy with this, and I'm really sad to have to give it away.
It's a sample.
It's a sample. And there will be another one knit for me, because I really like it. Pattern name is Fremont Market Shawl.
Oh, I remember that one.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I was on LSG when she was talking about it.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's really well knit, really well written. And
I'm sure it's well knit too, since you've been at it for three tries.
and
Sorry.
yeah. Anyways, coming out on the 1st of May, and it's pretty.
He's purdy.
And I am not. No, we're not attempting anything else. And
Blue thing
And
or
whatever.
socks. You've got other things on the list.
I was gonna say there's all this stuff lying around.
yeah, but I don't have to actually talk about it.
Show the stuff.
It has socks. These ones actually will have a somewhat anatomically correct set of bones done in cables on the top of the foot.
That
gonna
is
be
freaky and awesome.
Cool. What kind of yarn is that?
Knit picks.
Pink.
Oh, right. Stroll.
Yeah, it's Knit Picks Stroll Tonal
Nice.
in wine. Something to do with wine.
Okay.
Because I'm 5.
And it was a random comment on a thread on LSG actually about something about feet. Anyway, the conversation ended with me going, I'm making a pair of socks with bones on them. So these will have the internal structure of a foot.
So you're
Once they're
making
done.
this up.
Yes. I have
As she goes along.
I have all the charts done.
Okay. And you're knitting it for somebody actually on RAV.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, anyone want them? So they've been claimed. I just have to actually knit them. I think I'm doing them on 275s. Could be 2.5s. I don't remember.
It says 2.5 on your project.
Yeah, those are 2.5s.
Okay, 2.5s. I knew it wasn't my normal one because they're not knit for me, but they're done to someone else's sizing. And then the only other thing is these, which some of you will probably recognize.
Yeah.
I remember those.
Yep.
Where'd you lose them?
No, she put the...
No, they went into a drawer.
That's the afterthought heel that was put in the wrong place.
Yes.
From
This is
Stitches last year.
Oh,
2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
The
2
first
years
stitches.
ago.
This is the same sock that you all saw me cut. Because I ripped it out. There's where the afterthought heel was. It's not anymore. So I ripped it back down to there, thinking, okay, I'll just re-knit back up. Unfortunately, my gauge had changed, so I went, screw it! Ripped the whole thing out and have now redone most of one sock. I was planning on having them done for Easter because they're Easter colors.
Oh, those are your Easter socks, okay.
This did not happen.
Yeah.
As you can tell, because this is still the first sock. Which is now being knit at least twice, possibly 3 times. Because I
This
think
is a theme.
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
What's the blue thing?
Oh, Icarus.
That's the one I can't touch.
This is the one she can't touch because it
It's
is out
alpaca.
of alpaca. Did you write it down?
Icarus? Yep.
It's still super alpaca lace. I knew it was something.
I do my homework.
I'll be over here. You can stretch it.
Actually, I can't stretch
can't
it
cut
out.
the
Oh,
needles.
it's on
It's
a-
in the middle. That is a drop stitch.
What?
The marker?
Oh.
It's a drop stitch. This is another one of those has been ripped out
Umpteen times.
at least 3, possibly 4, because I've been knitting
She'll
on this.
finish it if it kills her. Ever since I've known you.
Oh yeah, I've been knitting on this probably for 4 years now. Because I got this yarn back when Knit Knackers was still on Nicholas, or
No,
Not
it was,
Nicholas.
on James Street.
on James.
Oh wow, that is going back.
Yeah,
That's when I learned to knit.
yeah. I've been knitting this for a
About
while.
the same time, because that's my first yarn stop was there.
Yeah, because that's just after I learned to knit. I went to Knit Knackers a few times, and it was on
Yeah.
James Street, and it was, I learned to knit, 7 years ago?
Very pretty.
That's the shawl, actually.
It's on the cover.
That's
on
a
the
better
cover.
picture of it. It's... Yeah, I've been doing this for a while. And I keep screwing up somewhere in it, and I've finally gotten it. I know where I am. I'm on the last chart. I'm on halfway through the final chart. So all I have to do is finish that, which I'm planning on doing some point this year.
Sometimes soon.
Because that is one of the 2 oldest things on my...
May I request that not be your car knitting?
Don't worry. That is not car knitting.
No,
This
because
is not
you're in the
actually-
front seat.
Oh, I know. No, we'll see.
I'm not in the front seat.
She might be fired as navigator after last time.
Yes, but
Don't look at me.
yeah, I'm the best thing you got. So. And technically last time was the GPS's fault.
No, last time was your fault. We were coming back from Rhinebeck.
Oh.
She had taken over for a little while I was napping. And I said, okay,
Oh, this just
pull
recently?
over. No, well, Rhinebeck last fall.
Okay.
And I said, okay, pull over whenever you can, and I'll take over again. And she passed by like 6 easy places to pull over.
No, this wasn't last year. It was the year before.
Was
I
it?
was with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she takes this ramp that
That
went
takes
all the way down this freaking mountain, 25 minutes down the mountain. And it was single lane highway, so I had to find where I could turn around to go back up the mountain. And I was like, why did you pick there? And she was like, meh, it looked pretty.
I don't know if I should be the one pointing this out, but not only was it single lane highway, it was single lane highway going only in one direction.
Well, yes.
Yes.
Sorry, it was like literally one lane going down the mountain, and I had to find a place where I could get to
Actually
the other
turn
side so that I could turn around and go back up the mountain. But the best part is, right as you... I'm not even on screen, and I'm making hand gestures here. Shut She takes the ramp. Right at the edge of the ramp was an entrance to a shopping mall. Blew right past it.
Now, technically you can't say that's bad navigating, that's just bad driving.
Well, there was a navigational component to it. There was the time we ended up in Hamilton. There was the
I have
time we
nothing
got
to do
lost
with that.
in Washington,
I have
D.C.
never had anything to do with any of these because
No,
I'm always
'cause
in the back seat.
Sue doesn't say a word.
Nope. I'm in the back seat.
I'm hoping Liz can read a map. Elizabeth,
Technically,
can you
these-
navigate? You're hired.
TC was, you were driving.
No, she wasn't driving.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, she was.
Yeah, you were.
You were driving, and
In
the
DC?
in Maryland.
DC?
yeah. Well, we ended up in a suburb of D.C. when
Close
we were in
enough.
Maryland last year, and the GPS had no idea where we were, and she just kept saying, "Turn here, turn here, turn here,"
We didn't
and the
take-
GPS said we were in a field.
We didn't take my car. We only took my car to Rhinebeck.
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
right, it was my car. But
Never
anyway,
mind.
she's going, turn here, turn here, turn here. I look over at the GPS, and it's this field of green with no roads on it. And I'm like, why are you telling me to turn? There's nothing on the GPS. She made it up as she went along. This is why Kari is fired as navigator.
I was fired as navigator 20 years ago. They just haven't got onto this.
Hopefully Elizabeth can read a GPS.
I've seen your GPS. It's not gonna help.
Yeah, we didn't do too bad. As long as we don't try to, drive through the suburbs of Frederick that didn't exist 20 years ago when my GPS, came into being.
Anyway,
Anyways. So.
we will be at Maryland next week.
Hopefully. Unless Carrie's navigating.
Shut up! Not bad on highways. It's when I have to get off the
yes,
highway.
unfortunately, our hotel is right on the edge of the highway, so we're good. 8 hours straight down. Woo!
Okay. You're
So
done?
anyway.
What's on your needles, Lynn?
Not the sock. It's longer. It's bigger than it was last week. This is last week. I literally had the 80 stitches on one needle, so this is what I've done. I haven't knit a lot this week.
She has crocheted a lot, though, apparently.
No, not really.
Oh,
I
okay.
just did the edges.
Never mind then.
But well, it was almost finished last week. I just didn't get around to finishing it.
Has not actually watched the episode yet.
Yeah.
So what yarn is that?
That is Cascade Heritage. Sorry, Cascade Heritage, and it's on 2.5s.
US 1.5.
Yes. And I've got this lumpa thing.
It's mint green!
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see how minty it is.
Oh,
It's minty.
you can see
Oh,
it
yeah.
minty.
Pretty minty. Okay, to be fair, it's white with flecks of green in it.
It's minty.
Yeah, but it looks minty when you knit it up.
It's minty.
In the skein, it doesn't look this green. But
So that is the...
this is the beginning of the number 41 blanket,
Yeah.
which is by Sarah Ann
Thompson.
It's a freebie on Rav, and I just had an urge to knit a baby blanket, so I started yet another one. I've got 3 on the go right now. Well, 2, because the scrap one is finished, but I'm starting a new scrap one tonight.
Okay. And that is out of...
This is Rossetti
Rossetti.
Lollipop, which unfortunately is discontinued. It is the nicest acrylic I've ever knit with. It's really soft and squishy. It literally, you rub it like this and you feel like you're rubbing like hand lotion. It's really soft and lofty and squishy.
And that's on a 4.5?
Okay, maybe it's just me. I find
No,
it really
it
soft.
does feel like hand lotion, which
It
is,
does,
I think,
see?
what's putting me off.
And
I
the
don't like
pattern,
hand lotion.
you're not going to be able to tell just yet, but the pattern is basically just knits and purls. And every so often there's a strip of pearls across the...
Strategically placed.
Yes. And it looks really nifty finished. So if you're on Rav, look it up.
4.5 millimeters US
7.
7.
And if I can just say something about the needles briefly. These were $5 boy needles from Michaels.
Mhm.
Best damn needles I have. Because look at how pointy they are. They're super... Well, stick them up Kiri's nose.
Because you're 5.
At least they're not deadly weapons.
Well, they might be. I don't know. Let's take a peek. No, I'm not pointing it at you. I'm saying compare with the SIG. Wow.
Children.
Carrie's had a little too much caffeine today. And the picture just went away.
Just anyway, just keep going, keep going. There you go.
Yay, we're back!
Okay.
We couldn't see ourselves for a minute. It threw us off. But yeah, just they're not quite as sharp as SIGs, but they're pretty damn sharp. So I really like them, and if you can get your hands on them, the cable honestly is a little bit coarser
Is it
than
the white cable or?
It's a clear one.
Okay. Word of warning: do not leave those in the car in the winter.
No, you shouldn't leave your knitting in the car in the winter anyway, you silly woman. Sorry, that was unintentional. As I flew her hair.
Okay.
Finally got smitten. Smote.
Smoke.
So other things. Smoke.
No.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh no.
things.
Smoke.
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 I know.
Dragon.
Yes. Other things. As Kari said, we're going to Maryland. I'm trying to ignore you. We will be there on this Saturday. Okay. We're going to splice them together. So Maryland, we will be there next weekend on the Saturday, not the Sunday, right?
Well, we may, I don't know if you guys want to go back in the morning on the Sunday, but we're going to have
Okay.
to come home at some point.
Yeah. So we'll be there on the Saturday, and there's a podcaster meetup that Lynn kind of started going because there was nothing in the Maryland Sheep and Wool group.
Yeah.
So Lower Corral, 1:30.
Same place as last year, if you went last year. 1:30 in the afternoon, and
We
more the merrier.
We magic linked a bunch of people, so hopefully.
Yes.
And can I recommend sunscreen?
Yes.
Shush.
Lynn and I don't
We
want
covered
to
that last week.
Other things.
You didn't watch.
The knit
I'll get
along.
around to it eventually.
The knit along is starting on May 1st. So
Maybe middle.
yeah.
Wow.
You should go in our group. May 1st to June
Poor
30th. There's a knit along because I even magic linked you.
I did actually look. I was just
There are prizes. There is a bag.
Would you like to spank her?
No. There's a bag from Diane, the knotted bag, and a skein of sock yarn out of my stash, and also a set of my stitch markers. And you will have to post your FO in the FO thread to be eligible.
So you had little teeny purple sparklies. They're really cool.
That was a bonus when I got my penguin suit.
I know, but it's really cute.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, yeah, we've got 3 videos to splice together, so I think we're going to call it quits. I think we're done.
Poor Sue's had to put up with us through this whole thing.
Smaug.
We've had sugar and caffeine apparently, so.
Yeah.
I had one little tiny thing.
It just got a lot bigger there.
So
you were like tiny little thing.
Hopefully
the 2 5
Just give up now. Walk out of the room. Just give up now.
Hopefully we'll record while in Maryland is what I wanted to say.
Yes.
And our friend Elizabeth is coming with us, so there will be 4.
Woohoo! And we'll make her come on screen. By the way, Chris, if you're watching, thank you.
Yes.
I love you.
My husband is watching the pug. And before we get any more rambly.
Wait. You had a bag to show.
Oh, my bag.
You're welcome.
Oh, I got a bag off Betsy. Isn't it nice?
It's
from
pretty. And it's green.
Bayan Hippo. BAYAN HIPPO. Handmade. She has www.etsy.com/shop Bayan Hippo. And it's about $60 with the shipping, 40 something, and then I had to get shipping on top of that. But it's got plenty of pockets on the inside, and it's got the big strap and a big pocket on this side here.
So it's, she needed.
It's a travel bag. I'm getting rid of bags so I can keep this one. And that's it. And it came in this beautiful pouch that I could use as a sweater bag or something.
Woohoo!
Isn't that all?
Did you just pull it out?
I did.
I will fix that for you later.
Yeah, whatever. Done. Bye.
Bye.